Hello, everyone. It's good to see you. Heather and I are going to hang out with you for a little bit, and we're going to cover the chart for the holiday Christmas that is coming up next week. If you celebrate Hanukkah, happy holidays to pretty much everybody. And we're going to look at December 25th, 2025 on purpose because the moon will be in Pisces, yes, but there's still a square between Jupiter and Chiron. And with all these planets moving into Capricorn now, happy birthday, Sagittarius. Happy birthday, Capricorn. It's going to make a huge difference. It really is. It's going to make a huge difference to the way that next week is sort of played out. We're also going to do a collective tarot reading for you guys and try to cover all of our bases. Hint, hint. Heather should be with me shortly, and then we'll go ahead and get started. If you join us in the chat, we'd love to hear from you. Yes. If you send a donation, we will love you forever because we do need to eat. Feed your readers, people. So, I hope you enjoyed the video I did yesterday. And here comes Heather. Yay. Hi, Heather. Hello, hello. I don't know if you can.
Power on.
Oh.
Bluetooth pairing.
There we go.
Bluetooth connected.
Okay, hi. I had to turn on my speakers. They weren't on.
Yeah.
Hi, beautiful.
Hello, beautiful.
How are you?
I've been up since 5, busting my butt.
You're crazy.
I
It's Saturday.
Every day. Iris kind of started whining. I had to, my heart squeezed.
Sucker.
Yeah. It's hard to say no to anybody.
I know.
To anything.
She gives those eyes though. She'll look at you like, I can't believe you weren't throwing my ball for me.
Yeah. Exactly. So I was telling everybody about Christmas on the 25th and how I guess you and I have been looking at that day for a few days. We talked about it in depth the other day, a little bit. But it's going to be a little bit different with the energy, I think. A lot of planets in Capricorn, the square from Jupiter to Chiron, which is also a square to Capricorn.
Yeah.
The day's going to feel different. It's going to definitely feel different. The moon in Pisces, so might be a lot of really, well, I don't know. The moon in Pisces wants good vibes, but it can also be quite domineering in its sense for justice and that whole we need to do what's right, except usually on holidays, it's supposed to be a day of rest, right? A day of relaxation, of spending time with your family and your friends, eating a lot, hanging out a lot. And every year I tell my people, please do not join in any political or religious conversations during a holiday with everybody sitting at the table. Nobody needs that jazz. Everybody in America still has their right to form their own opinion and think whatever they want. But yeah, the moon in Pisces, especially that sextile to the sun in Capricorn, I'm just saying you'd get Aries, well, no, Sag, you'd get Gemini energy. Listening is a big part of Gemini energy. Yes. You can collect all the opinions around the table. That's what I would do, is just be like, oh, okay.
Definitely. Okay. That's where I'd be like giving everybody the advice to lean into that North Node in Pisces and, kind of lighten up a little bit, realize everybody has their own beliefs. It doesn't mean you have to have something to say about it, even though Sag season sure has everybody wanting to have say so about their
Right.
beliefs on everything. But
Exactly.
yeah, definitely a time to lean back and go, well,
Sometimes even when you're, forming into an adult, right? And then you go back home and you sit with these people and you hear their opinions, and that little question in your head is like, I came from this. And you see actually how far you've grown, and you're like, go me. Right on. Like,
every little victory, when you can manage to bite your tongue or something.
Right.
It is. It's the small wins,
It's a
You
small
guys
win.
remember that movie, What About Bob, with
yes.
Bill Murray?
Yes.
Yeah, where he's going through all the mental stuff and
Yeah.
Baby steps.
Baby steps. Baby steps.
We're all on our baby steps journey.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, do you want to pull up the chart first, or do you want to do the cards? What's your pleasure? I got to take those off for a minute.
Let's go ahead and look at the chart.
Okay.
We already talked a bit about it the last time we went live for quite a while. And if for those of you here that are watching this, if you haven't seen it yet, check out Miriam's recording from yesterday here on the channel about Chiron. And the title is My Expectation Was Faithfulness, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Oh, wait, we're not using that one. We're using this one.
It was an incredible over 2-hour recording that hits in so many places that are relevant to people and their feelings right now. And especially if you're having a hard time through this holiday season, please listen to the video. It's definitely worth it. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, I didn't want to do that. We want that and hide that. There we go. How about that, friend?
I can see a chart.
I can see us. Yay.
Looks itty bitty. I don't know why.
Okay.
Because you're sharing your whole screen. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lilith. Thank goodness that. Oh, Sag. 0 Sag. So that's Christmas Day. The 25th.
Yeah, this is Christmas Day. I chose because the majority of our demographic, you guys are from the United States. If you are from another country, hi. I did put the location smack dab in the center of the United States, which is Lebanon, Kansas, so that the time shift 2 hours one way, 2 hours another, you guys can figure it out from there. So, Lebanon, Kansas, where I did put in for, I think, whole signs. We're not looking at houses so much. We're looking at the energy in the zodiac wheel, in the planets, how they're talking with each other. So yes, if you need me to zoom it in, I can.
Yeah, a bit. We don't need the whole bottom of the chart. So if we could just see the chart.
There we go. A little bit better. Cool. I need to move
I'm waiting for it to catch up here. Let me go. I'll watch you in Zoom. There we go.
So I just want to make sure I can draw, because folks that are learning astrology, I know you guys are learning astrology. We don't want you to get left behind, basically. So we can slow her down if we need to. North Node in Pisces, down here in the lower left, and you see the moon will be conjunct the North Node. We do also, I thought this was interesting while we were setting up for this. So there's the North Node, South Node. I know that line is a little dim, but look at I plugged in vertex, right? In the South Node in Virgo, kind of close to vertex, but not really. And look at this trine, and it hits, wow, the sun and Mars. Pretty much conjunct. It's a little bit wide, but in Capricorn. And I was like, so you mean to tell me we're going to take some sort of whatever this is in Virgo, which we can open up, and
Yeah.
it will be aiding and helping out Capricorn to Mars. And Mars is usually like, it's happy in Capricorn. Mars is happy in Capricorn. If you well, it really wouldn't matter, because what it does is it helps to give that Capricorn yang energy, or the yin, the urge to, I got to jump up and do. Mars will help that cardinal energy move along faster. And so it will feel like you're getting more stuff done.
Yeah. And I would say the pause in that, or, something to keep in mind in regards to that, is Mars is out front, right? So Mars is going to do whatever Mars wants to do. So that's where you have to be willing to rein it back and understand that sometimes, I put it in keeping in mind Capricorn energy is it's go and go and go and go. I would say be sure not to overextend yourself, or to get too far ahead of yourself. The Mars and Capricorn, it can be egoic to us in a sense, and very firm in what the direction is and what it wants to go. But with all the other personal planets behind it, that tells me the consideration for the opposition Cancer energy is necessary, because if you're wham bam getting all the stuff done, and maybe you have family coming over for the holiday, maybe you're at home doing nothing, but you got a lot of stuff to do. Maybe just dial it back a bit, because it could lend to some extra stress. But that Pisces moon and active all day in Pisces is really, it's a very sweet, soft energy, I think, that's adding to it. I would say with that sextile between the sun and Mars going down to the North Node and the moon, holiday cheer. Holiday cheer can easily become having a little one too many. Don't forget, don't drive if you're intoxicated or overindulging. There's too many things. There's Ubers, there's, family members, somebody. But just play it safe and lay it low, and just enjoy the tradition of.
I think that's part of the thing that you're talking about right now, because, well, not just that. Capricorn is older gentleman. I'll say that. Older gentleman energy, older, what would you say? If it's a Capricorn grandmother energy, she may be a little more controlling in the kitchen or controlling around the house. Don't let the kids jump on the furniture, sort of thing. And it does bear and hold towards tradition, like Heather is saying, because, however, I'm going to erase that.
I love that laugh. I love that laugh.
Like, it's a little dangerous, because I think there's young energy in the chart.
Yeah.
There's young ideas in the chart. Look at Lilith is at 29th degree, moving into, no, it's at 0 degree.
Yeah.
That's what I looked at earlier. 0 degree Sag. And then we have Venus, leaving Sag right there at the 1st degree. And Mercury is pretty much in the middle. Look at the trine position to Pluto from Lilith. And then you go down here, and here's Neptune and Capricorn at the 29th degree. Now, Pars Fortuna at the 12th degree of Aries This is fun energy. It's fun, it's quick, it's fast. And if there is a clash, I would assume, like any other holiday, it's set up for the traditional show me, and then we have the newness that's sort of stepping in that squares that Neptune to Saturn, which would definitely say, how polite elderly folks are when you walk in and you go, "Oh, well, I don't eat pumpkin pie, so I just brought 3 different kinds of fruit pie. I have a key
Right.
lime pie, I have a cherry pie, I have apple pie." And whoever has been holding the throne, the not monarch, the matriarch, the
Yeah.
patriarch. Yeah, they're going to be polite according to the chart, but they'll be a little shaken up. Like, "Oh, okay." Don't forget that whatever goes through Neptune or Pisces, it must dissolve. And we're dissolving old systems here. And Jupiter's at 22 degrees of Cancer. If you watched yesterday's little podcast thing, we were looking at Chiron squaring, really strong square to Jupiter over here. Okay.
Still
The
going
North
on.
Node
Yeah.
at 12 degrees, according to the Sabian symbols, was examination, and not like a test. It was more like examine the situation that you're in, because you are the professional, kind of, you have the experience to be able to look at it. The hard square point here is kind of what needs to happen at this point in your families over here. And Jupiter at 22nd degree, I remember from yesterday, it had something to do in Cancer with suppressing emotions. And it might be a time for that, especially in your families or your friend groups or whatever is happening here. If there is a dethroning that is kind of naturally taking place, because Cancer is this is a natural flow and a natural state of things. Whoever held the crown, even if it's like a locational position, we always went to grandma's house for the holidays, but now she is done with all of that. Now someone else has to take up the scepter. If there is no one to take up the scepter, where's everybody going for the holiday?
Yeah.
Any kind of weird situation like that, where every year was always a big Christmas, and this year, because of the economy, everybody just gets 3 presents and no more.
Right.
So you see how a natural flow with what is happening in reality, because this square was about accepting reality as it is. It's going to bump up. I think it's going to bump up against that legacy, the legacy thing from Capricorn. And
Yeah.
legacies move. They're not static. They flow, albeit slower, but they still flow. And
Yeah. And
maybe
I would
somebody needs
say
getting a
that
crown. I'd like a crown. Can I get a crown?
I get a crown. Yeah. And just a little tiara, maybe,
Little
would be for
tiara.
a crown. I don't want all that responsibility. But looking at, if you could, so Mercury's up there at 19 Sag. And that makes me, Mercury up there really is opening up the energies for obviously communicating about beliefs, thinking, way of thinking and things like that. That square to that, I mean, it's squaring down to Saturn and Neptune and Pisces, right? And if Pisces dissolves, okay, if Pisces, well, I guess no, no, Venus is squaring down. But if you think about Pisces dissolving everything, it's in a wide orb of 10, like it's within 10 degrees. But if belief systems need to be dissolved, I think that this might be a period where people are, because of the Chiron Jupiter square that's going on. I think that you're going to have 2 dynamics probably. You're going to have somebody that, you don't like that family member. You don't like that whatever. I'm not I don't feel like I should have to sit next to so and so or even have a conversation with this person. I think that this is going to be a time period, especially after all of the internal spiritual reflection that we've all been forced to go through this year,
Mm,
that this might be a period where people start having changes in mind. Sag is a mutable sign. That's the one good thing, I guess. One of the positive signs about Mercury being up there. I think that it kind of lends with that trine down to Chiron. That's what I
mhm.
was saying. That Mercury trining down to Chiron is finding a little more, and we use grace almost too much, but just maybe compassionate understanding. Or you may hear people say something that you didn't know before that changes your opinion about a wound that was present. Maybe that's forgiveness. Maybe it's,
I
look,
don't know, man.
I can't help but think of the politics side of it, because I'm going to throw it out there just because so many people we've watched, especially like all year, but especially since July, when things really started going awry. We've seen a lot of people with all the things that have been hidden from us, and seeing that the people in holding office are doing things that just are not, that are against people's morals, even people that voted for who's in office. People's perspectives have changed dramatically in the last 6 months. And so somebody that you would expect to go off about politics may throw a rabbit hole ringer in there and go, you know what? F that dude.
Yeah,
I'm
I
with you.
agree. I totally agree because look at Lilith in this trine to Pluto, in this trine to, there's Neptune, right? I'm going to grab Neptune, then all the way back to Lilith. She's up here going, haha. And Pluto is just egging her on with transformational energy, or risque energy. That's Lilith, especially in Sag. She's a trickster at this point. She's thinking, oh, okay, I'm going to get you. I'm going to set up one of those booby traps and
Yeah.
throw you in it, because the opposition point to Lilith is Uranus. And she's got like a flip switch in her hand. Do, 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 do,
You
do.
said, oh my gosh, you said that. I've been seeing like all of these like reels where, like they got the Christmas tree all set up, and one spouse found the other spouse's Tinder
Oh,
account.
oh,
And so they elaborately have a big old thing, and then, they open up the present and it's a printout of their profile
yeah,
and divorce papers, you know?
right.
Like
Yeah.
you said that night, yeah.
It's a good
Because I
day to
mean,
catch someone.
to
It's a good
back
day
up
to
what,
go fishing. Let's put it that
yeah,
way.
that
It'd be a good day to go fishing.
you guys got to remember that all this
Yeah.
action that we had over the last 2 months in Scorpio season, and before even Scorpio season, we had all the personal planets transiting up through there. It's almost like there was a big, deep secret that was being revealed. And poor Venus was on the back end of everything. She finally caught up with Mercury. Now, Mercury retrograde and has to catch back up with her. But there's some big revelations that have happened. But yeah, I definitely think there might be some surprises this year.
Uh, no joke, right? You don't want to be in the mix. You want to be the guy recording it and then keeping it, so that everybody can like laugh about it 10 years from now. Be like, remember the time. The other one I want to capture, it's like that basket thing you were saying the other day. Pluto, right, is in this
Yeah.
other trine to Uranus. Oh, say it ain't so. And to Neptune. So definitely Pluto and Neptune are in on the game of whatever Lilith. I say that Lilith is performing her stunts at this point. And you know, I I tell Heather, I drive her nuts, I know. And I tell others in our group here on this channel and on Patreon, our soul is constantly shopping for the opportunity to just pitch us into those confrontations, the chaos, the agitations. It is our job to, what would you say, practice at breathing, at grounding, the somatic therapy I'm learning, different ways to release.
Yeah.
When the boat's rocking, and to get to that Zen point, because I say, screw Pluto playing jokes with Lilith. Screw it. I don't want to get involved on this day and be embarrassed in front of everyone.
Save it for later. Plus, if anybody gets booked,
Yeah.
if anybody gets booked, it's going to be a long damn weekend because
Besides,
the what is it, the Trump just released, and this has happened before with previous presidents, where they'll give
oh
they'll
yeah,
do a federal holiday, and so the holiday got extended for all the federal stuff, which is in turn going to leak down to all the state courthouses and shit too. So
right.
you don't want to have a blow up, because it will. I mean, this is the kind of blow up that people get charges over,
Yeah,
and somebody would not be getting probably OR'd out till like
right.
Monday.
I mean,
So
the other
just
thing
a
is
little friendly reminder.
Sag energy. It can be. There are people that know how to be funny without hurting anyone. That's number one. Number two, the dad jokes could get old quick. However, there are some folks that get into Sag energy and they want to wrestle a bear and get wild, jumping off rooftops because they're like Superman and they don't have a limit until Virgo hits and says, "Oh yeah, there's concrete underneath your feet, man." I grew up in a house full of boys, so I know firsthand what Sag energy can do when it's out of control. So please watch out for your animals. Please watch out for your children. Um, keep an eye, because older cousins, and you know how it is with the children, picking on animals or kind of taking it too far because they're feeling it too. They're feeling it too. I'm just saying.
Well, and it's not a time to be hypercritical. I mean, we're all
Or
adults here.
hyper.
Everybody should know that. Well,
Sit
or hyper.
down.
I don't know. That Sag energy is pretty hyper. Okay. So,
Yeah. Play
yeah,
capture the flag in the yard. It's the best way to burn it off. Split the teams into teams and play capture the flag. Just wear them kids down. Just wear them
yeah.
out.
And don't go starting any like Trojan Wars, although you can't see it
Look at
there.
this. No Trojan Wars.
Eris is right there, conjunct Chiron, although
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not plugged in.
Right there.
It's right on top of it, which Eris is the goddess of discord, that she's the uninvited guest. She shows up and she wants to stir up shit. She's got golden apples. She wants to be the fairest, but so does everybody else. So she throws the golden apple of discord, and they all get into a big ass fight and it turns into a war. So that energy is like, you know what, probably best just to relax and enjoy yourself.
So
And
weird.
a lot of I can't help but think of a lot of our parents are aging. A lot of, there's been a lot of transformation going on. So just, keep it light. Keep it light. If there's anybody causing discord, politely check yourself out of that situation.
Talk to me about this. You have the square, right, from the sun to Neptune and Saturn, but then you have this lovely trine.
Yeah. That's the
moon.
magic of Christmas spirit,
The magic of Christmas.
Yeah, it's the the glass of wine, it's the champagne toast, it's getting creative.
Yeah, being
There's
generous.
that, yeah, I mean, it's traditions all over it. It's that time of year. So although there is some discord, let's just keep in mind, don't sweat the small stuff. Everybody's
Yeah.
going through your own stuff, and even that person that might always drive you crazy that you have to be around every year, they are going through some stuff too. So just a time to have a lot more compassion for
Yeah.
people.
If
And
you're spending the
that's it.
holidays by yourself, I highly recommend you buy yourself a gift. To me, from me, love me. I have done that before. It works. Yes. Take
Yeah.
yourself around the neighborhoods and drive to see the lights. Go listen to the carolers, go to a mass where they're lighting candles and it's really pretty. The
Yeah.
beautiful choirs that sing all the beautiful Christmas songs. You do have to motivate yourself though when the moon is in Pisces, because that energy right there will say sleep. Just go to
Yeah.
sleep. Sleepy
That's
time.
interesting that you say that, because I was thinking that earlier. I was sitting out on the balcony and I was kind of thinking about that energy of the, based off your talk yesterday, people have depression, seasonal depression, and there's some people that are just not feeling it. And, I'm going to say I'm one this year that's just not feeling it. I'm away from my family. This is my first Christmas alone. Well, I'll be with Miriam, but we're not celebrating
No,
this year. It's a little sad for me. But you know what I was thinking is, it's sad for a lot of people. The biggest thing I can say is, if you're one of those people that's finding it hard to get out of bed, to get out of your fucking sweatpants, to do anything, maybe challenge yourself. Even if you have nobody, or you're not doing Christmas or whatever, do something that feeds your soul a little bit. Put
not
on
just work.
Put on
Because,
some clothes. Go see if there's like a lot of places are having like parades, or, like
yeah,
it doesn't on Christmas Day. And this is
tell them what you
for now,
saw a little
for
ago.
now. Oh, I will. For now through Christmas, now through this Christmas season,
Yeah,
if you're finding yourself in a funk, inject yourself into things. Like,
yeah, on
if
purpose.
there's, and on purpose. So like, if you don't have any plans, you don't, and you're just alone, you want to go do something, go see some pretty lights, put some clothes on, go to a venue that's having something going on, whether it's your local casino, whether it's your local VFW, whether it's your local, whatever. Get out and find. Oh, I just
You-
got a flash of the bell.
the
What
bell.
is that? It's a Wonderful World, or whatever, that
Oh,
Christmas movie. I just saw a flash of black and white,
dude.
and at least just getting out in the bustle a little bit. A lot of towns, they do have little areas that are just full of Christmas lights,
Man, you
or
know how many places you could crash and just crash and show up and get a free meal for Christmas? You could just do
yeah,
one after the other after the other. Like if I was hanging out
party
with you, had nothing to
crackers.
do, I'd be
Yeah,
like, okay, we got the Salvation Army, right? We
some
got the
party crackers.
VFW. We got any of the 12-step AA Al-Anon Coda houses out there. Any of the churches that are doing meals. You just crash and sit down, talk with a
Yeah,
stranger. Talk with a stranger. They're in the same spot you are.
yeah,
And she's right. She's using the right word, to inject. And Amabel would say, if you're in a funk and you're low and it's hard to move your body, and you have a list and you're overwhelmed and you're like, okay, this season I may not participate, but I have all these other things I'm going to do. She's right. Pick at least a couple of hours to inject some soul work into your heart, because Monday you're going to have to go right on back to work. And now you missed a
yeah,
chance to get some free meals, man. Pumpkin pie all around. I would
yeah.
do it. I've done it.
Well, and I was just thinking, so I left earlier. I had to go pick up some medicine. And there was this big old dually truck with a trailer, and it had this tarp over the back, and it was
Right.
tarped up probably 15 feet high. And I look and I see streamers coming out of it, and it was a truck with a trailer packed full of pinatas. And they were like
Pinatas.
had Christmas, all the Christmas stuff. You know, we're right down here on the border, and it
Yeah.
is like Feliz Navidad. Like they go big. There's lights everywhere. But like I thought to myself, we're
Yeah.
not doing anything. Maybe we need to go find
Dude,
out what
we could
party
totally
or festival's going on and
crash
go
a
and go.
Hispanic family's yard and
Yeah,
be like, can we
we're-
hit the pinata? They'd be
well,
like,
with the pinatas, they could be doing a city event at the park or
oh, yeah.
whatever. We could go get some good food and go meet
Yes.
people and get a little Christmas spirit that way and spread
Yeah.
some holiday joy.
Yeah.
You know,
Smile at some kids. You know,
just my thought.
they're still in the magic. They haven't started paying taxes yet. But, you know, smile at them and just be like, oh, look, you little future taxpayer. I'm so proud of you. No, I
Well,
love that
yeah.
you said that, to inject. This is just a lot of masculine energy. And while you were talking, I was thinking, you know, I kind of grew up fishing a lot, saltwater fishing, and then when I joined the army, I learned through the people around me how to bass fish. I'm not good at it, but I did learn. And I was looking at the chart and I was thinking, you know, this is still a part of hunting season right here. And it can leave the women folk or the binary or the non-binary or whoever chooses not to go, right? They can leave them at home doing all the work. And if you're generous enough to just pass, I'll pass and kind of look at the female folk right here, the ones that are nurturing, okay, the divine feminine energy, the ones that want to feed people like I do. They're in this square point here to making the dream come true. And there are a lot of single parents out there that are doing it on their own. If you're a relative to one of them, make it your good deed for the year, okay? And kind of say, I'm going to go over there for like 2 or 3 hours and help this single parent wrap the presents. Doggone it.
I just when I left earlier, I had a bunch of things to grab, and I like my low back started hurting like way low, and I was like, oh, I do not miss that. I remember every Christmas like having to wrap all the presents, and yeah, I would be just physically broken by Christmas morning.
Oh,
You know,
terrible.
for the
You can
kiddos.
see the Venus portion,
helps.
if it's a Taurus Venus, and it might be, could be a Libra Venus to you, depending on your chart, or just in the moment where it flip flops. That square right there of making beautiful Christmas happen this year is very challenging economically. There are so many people that have lost their jobs. You know this. Heather knows this. We all know this. So making the magic happen, you'll get those little disappointed faces looking at you. And sometimes trading, like Heather said, trading one tradition for another tradition can be just as magical when you tell the children you each get one present and we're going to go in the kitchen together and make the Christmas cookies together, bag them up, take the, I always, there was at least 1 or 2 holidays where I would take my children to go help others during a holiday season.
Yeah.
During, you know what I mean? It's a good thing to impart to your kids, especially with Neptune and Pisces. Saturn will remember this day. But there's different flip-flops you can do. Like Heather said, get a Christmas pinata. You know?
I want to go find that party, Miriam.
No, we
I
will.
want to have some sangria and bust some pinatas,
Dude,
man.
we need to,
I
just so
wanna
we can
post
come back and tell
Navidad.
everybody we crashed a Mexican-American household, got all the free food we wanted. There
Oh my
was
God.
like ham and fajitas because they're like
Love
that.
Oh man.
You see the
Yeah,
challenge though for Venus,
it is there. It is there.
but the
And
Gemini piece you said earlier, it can flop, just like she said. Go ahead. I'll shut up now. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm in thought about it. Let me see if there's anything else I want to bring up.
Mhm.
Um,
You
hmm,
can't afford a huge dinner? Just go get some jalapeno poppers from Sonic. French fries and jalapeno poppers. Everybody gets a burger. Woo!
little peppermint in the we got
Right?
people talking in the chat. You wanna
Oh
check
no,
that
I
out?
didn't even know that. That's terrible. I'm gonna stop sharing so we can chat with our people.
Yeah, yeah. I think what because we've already covered since we've been going live, we've already covered quite a bit of what's happening for the rest of the month. So if you want some more astrology, definitely check out our previous videos. And thank you guys so much for all the shares. Like I've been getting a lot of seeing a lot of shares lately, and people reaching out to us. We're doing good. We're trying to just keep going and keep going. But thank you guys all for being here. We had some new patron members join.
Thank you.
And yeah. What we got? Shaw Roberts. I enjoy being Cancerian me at Christmas. Could lose myself in the
Love
golden memories and the
that.
rosy glow of my ancestors and their seemingly unconditional love
Oh,
blessed
I
with my
love
grandparents.
that.
That I do love that too, honey. My Venus is 15 Cancer in my fourth house, and I've lost most of my family. I mean, I still have some family back home,
Right.
but yeah, I understand that. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? The nostalgia, and what is it? Samia? Yeah.
Samias.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I saw you had a question, but we maybe I don't know if you were asking, try to see if we were doing tarot. Um, Family doesn't discuss politics or religion at Christmas. They talk about designer labels and their luxury gifts. I like making paper chains out of used wrapping paper. Me too. I'm all about repurposing and a good deal, Shaw. You're not gonna hear me talking about that kind of
Wait.
stuff.
What luxury? Oh, they talk about designer labels and luxury gifts. Do you know what the paper chains? You did that, Heather?
Oh yeah. And
Really?
popcorn on a string.
What?
Yeah.
You know what my thing is at Christmas? Bows. I make homemade bows because Shaw, I'm my Mars and Jupiter in Cancer, so I have these moments, where I take the garland and I have it actually, and I decorate the garland with homemade bows and ornaments, and what are your favorite Christmas colors? You said something the other day about it, and I was like,
Oh,
me,
me?
yeah.
Oh. Like blue, like your shirt and your curtain and silver.
Oh,
Yeah. And then,
that's
like
lovely.
I always decorated the tree. And before leaving, I gave Kaylee like all my Christmas stuff. My
Oh,
daughter, I gave her, she's an adult now. I gave her all my Christmas stuff and she showed me her tree. And I was like, oh, it was all the reds and greens with the multicolor, to keep it for
yeah,
the kids,
that's beautiful.
you
Mine,
know.
mine are traditional Christmas colors, but traditional like before all the cool, pretty colors came out. I keep it very traditional. So yeah, I do the reds and the greens and the gold and the silver. On the tree is our ornaments that have meant something to me throughout the last
Yeah.
decade, really, because I haven't had a real Christmas that was mine in a very long time. So I'm always visiting other households during their Christmases. But the traditional Christmas and putting it in place and decorating the tree, like we have, I have the yachts, the little ornament from the cruises that we've been on. I
Oh,
have the
okay.
little squirrel that Tater always wanted to chase the squirrels, the F-35 aircraft that I was under, and a little
Yeah.
ornament they sell at Hobby Lobby. And I was like, oh my God, it's an F-35. So,
Yeah.
little Air Force things, and just it's traditional in the way where you can look at the tree and see all the memories. Um, But
I haven't done a tree in forever and ever.
really
I mean, since the kids were younger, like
little.
I haven't done a tree, but I had I had one of those cherry blossom trees that are like at Hobby Lobby that lit
Ooh,
up with cherry blossom lights. It was a year-round tree, like it
I
wasn't
love
didn't have
that.
anything on it besides the wire look or whatever, but I would decorate it with tinsel. I
Oh, I
used
love that.
everyday functioning thing as my
Were
Christmas
you like,
tree. And then, like, for a couple years in a row, I did get one of the mini Christmas tree, probably like a 3-foot
oh,
Christmas tree,
that's so
like a real tree. And the last year that I used it, I had thrown it over like behind the shed or something. So
yeah,
my son came over and we were hanging out, and it was about winter solstice, which is tomorrow for
right.
those that don't know. But so he grabbed that. Yeah, I grabbed that, and we could use this tree. So we repurposed the previous year's tree
I
that was
love that.
dead. That was dead, and we had these little red berries that were growing everywhere in
Oh,
the yard.
cool.
So I was plucking it with berries, and I hung some
Oh,
tinsel on
that's so
it,
cool.
and you could just do like a star card on top of the tree if you
Oh, I
don't
love
have
that.
a star tarot card on top of the tree if you don't have any lights.
Right.
Dollar
I
Tree is
love
always really
that. I want to hear, I
yeah.
want to see. Oh, wait. Brandon said, I hope you and Heather have a Merry Christmas. I'm just happy Mom's still with me. The Catholic
Yeah.
Church is bringing us food. That's wonderful. Our Christmas dinner. That's wonderful.
Thank you, Brandon, and I hope
His
you and your
mother
mom have a good
is,
Christmas too.
yeah, they've had a hard, tough year, couple of years now. But I love that the Catholic Church, sometimes they can do some really freaking awesome things. I'm just saying, because they don't forget,
Right.
like the Catholic Church here, they have a midnight mass, and then all the church and the community will come out to this really great big Christmas tree at like 11 o'clock at night. And they'll sing Christmas carols as a community after mass. It's a very beautiful thing out here.
Never had somebody come to my door wanting to sing Christmas
Man, I
carols.
wish they would, because I've done the gingerbread man, like the little gingerbread men. I have this cookie book that's worth $1 billion downstairs. Okay. And it has all these cookie recipes. And I have done the molasses gingerbread cookie men. They're so cute. They're great. I have all the cutouts. It's weird. My kitchen is prepped for children.
I wish, like, that was always a tradition that I had with my kids, and it's one that I hope that they remember until
Yeah,
their parents, their
I
parent being
love
parents
that.
and stuff. But making like I'm always about trying to make cookies, all different kinds. But then
Yeah,
I would always have the kids come help. They got to
I
decorate all the
love
sugar
that.
cookies,
I
and that's my
love,
absolute
yeah, you keep
favorite.
talking
But
about the sugar cookie, and I feel
I'm
like
missing
really
it.
bad because I
I'm
have a
missing
badass recipe for this. Again, this cookie lady, man, her cookie books sell for like $350 a piece on Amazon. And I got one of them, and I don't tell anyone. Now everybody knows. Now everybody's going to come to my house. But I wish you would, because then I can make sugar cookies and Heather could have her cookies this
Well,
year.
maybe we need to just have our own bakery business.
I thought about that, and then have a
There's only a
year-round
billion
Christmas tree
Mexican restaurants
in
here.
the
We should probably
front, right? And you change out all the ornaments with every season of the year. You know, I always wanted a bakery, man.
when I was
Really,
younger,
seriously,
I
with
used to love
teas.
baking.
And
Yeah.
then I wanted to have the regular stuff, and then seasonal cakes.
Well, what traditions do you guys have?
Yeah, I
Or
want to
what's your
know.
favorite kind of what is your favorite thing to make sweets wise? Leave us comments. Let us know.
Hi,
We're all about it.
John Gerletti. Welcome. You're new. I haven't seen you before. Not that I think. No.
Yeah, I see John Gerletti in our comments quite a bit.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, John. And Shaw says, "Oh, I bought myself a huge Grinch jigsaw and a bottle
Yes.
of sherry. Yes,
High
I'm
five.
boring."
High five.
That
Every
sounds.
year up until last year, I did a Christmas jigsaw puzzle. Every
You were
every
just
year.
talking about that
High
yesterday.
five. High five. Yes.
Yeah,
You
that's
set it on the
really cool.
table. I grew up like that, and then everybody passes by the dining room table or the kitchen and they put the puzzle pieces together. So yeah, I have one of those big boards you put, and yeah, I keep threatening Heather I'm about to do it. And then I
Go for it.
forget.
And then we got Esmeda in here. Hey. And
Little
oh,
peppermint in the margaritas? Do you
Shaw
see John?
asked,
Oh yeah.
who is the wise Amabel? I'm intrigued by her pithy worldview.
Pithy worldview, yes. My Amabel is no longer with us. She passed away a few months ago. And don't worry, because her and I had those transition talks a lot. Because I mean, I came straight out and asked her, I was like, Am, do you want me to go to your funeral? And she was like, why? I won't be there. I was like, oh, okay. She actually donated her body to science. That's how she wanted it. And I was like, no joke. Wow. Um, she started as my sponsor in Al-Anon in 2013, summer of 2013. Yeah. She started out as my sponsor. That went on for about a year. And there are moments and there are times where you outgrow your teacher. And I outgrew both of them and I just kept growing. My Jupiter is at the top of my chart though. So, um, and after that, she turned into kind of like a stand in grandmother. I've never had a grandmother presence in my life. But that's kind of what she was. And I would visit her, spent few Christmases with her. Um,
Hmm.
and yes, she was in a wheelchair. She had lost the ability to use her hips, and she didn't care, man. She didn't give an F. Okay, she had a service dog named Rascal who passed away like 2 or 3 months before she did. So they kind of went together. But she'd get in her wheelchair and she would get a calendar off her wall. She'd go through the newspaper and she'd find all the free events, all the free ones. She'd plug them
Yeah.
into her calendar for the whole month. And she'd go to concerts, festivals. She'd drag people home so they could play guitar in front of all her friends in her living room. She wanted her home to be warm and welcome and inviting. And so she always had 2 or 3 beds that were open if people needed it. And she and I spent many, many, many years together to the point where I'm not sad she's gone. She comes to visit anyway because Heather and I have the gift of mediumship. She comes to visit anyway, but so valuable. I've had a few of those. So
Never got to meet
valuable.
her, but a lot of Miriam's stories include her, and I'm glad Miriam got to have her in her life.
Once you
Thanks for
stop
asking.
talking about somebody, you need to keep talking about the people that have transitioned. It keeps them alive.
Yeah,
And that's important. So I do. So does Heather. So yeah.
all
Okay,
the
back to
time.
Christmas. I want to see.
Yeah. So we have um, Esmeda saying, I like buying plum cake. I've never had plum cake. Plum pudding, never had plum pudding, and brandy sauce. That sounds great. And Shaw asked about the threaded popcorn. Do I just use a needle and cotton? You don't even need cotton, but yeah, just a needle and thread, and you tie a knot in it and you go through it. And if you buy a bag of the fresh cranberries, you can add a cranberry in
Oh,
every 10 pieces of popcorn and
I
have your
love
little
that. My
my
miracle
miracle.
Christmas is getting the use of my legs back. 2 months bedridden, walking on crutches now. Doctors can't explain it. Just changed my diet and stopped drinking. Well done. Well
Wow.
done. That's hard
Wow.
work.
The
I know
heart
that's
that
hard work,
yeah,
John.
yeah.
That
Well,
would be the best Christmas present.
I wish you all the strength in the world, and the quitting drinking, that is so huge. That in
Ooh.
itself takes a long time for the body to heal, but it sounds like you're taking some steps. You're only 47 years old, babe. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm 48, so she's
Oh.
45. We can hang out. Bedridden
Yeah.
or not, we could still hang out, play some music, make
Yeah,
it
yeah.
rain.
But congrats on the stop drinking, and you changed your diet. Stick with it, because the more you stick with those positive habits, the healthier your legs will get, the healthier your body will get,
The healthier your
and
mind will get because you'll be proud.
your mind.
And
Yeah.
nobody can take that from you. Once it's yours, it's yours. You earned it. And I'm in full support of what Heather said, John. Um, Shama, is that you? S Meta?
That's what I wondered, if it was Shama.
Is it Shama? I know
And
that Samaya Severe would like to know if AV is serious about me.
there were several questions throughout the chat, keep like asking if we're doing readings. We
Look, if
hadn't.
if we stop to read like this just a little, please consider sending a donation, because we're here to talk about the chart and to do a collective. Look what just came out when I said that.
Oh,
So it's sort of like, the truth is I'm going to put my cards away. We're going to do a
yeah,
collective for everybody. And we're
yeah.
just,
We're not going to do that. Today's not Sunday.
that
Today's
was a
Saturday.
squirrel. Squirrel.
Well, yeah, we just hopped in to hang out and stuff. We're not necessarily here to do individual readings. We do that generous thing for our patron members more often than here over on YouTube, but we do it every
Sundays.
Sunday. On
Tomorrow.
Sunday, we do that. But even our time is valuable, and I think that I'm coming to the point where I think that needs to be by YouTube subscription only, starting soon, maybe at the
Yeah.
beginning of the year, to where we're not just, because we do give some decent readings. So, but yeah, we were talking about maybe doing a collective reading today. So I'm cool if we do that, Miriam. And thank you.
For all the beautiful Christmas
Yes,
comments.
the two of you comes across as such wise women, wise and nice too. Well, thank you. Thank you.
Shushi.
It's
Shushi.
we've definitely no Shuchi made.
Shushi.
Okay,
Yeah.
John's got a lot of planets in his sixth house.
Oh,
Yeah, that explains why you're dealing with a lot of health stuff, and yeah, work
my name
work
is
that
Shushi.
12th house access, babe, and you'll be all
I
right.
love that. Yeah, the access. Okay. Look at me. We need to do the collective.
Oh,
Yeah,
collective.
we're at an hour 60 minutes right now, and both of us want to share what we show in the cards with you guys, so that should give us enough time. Yeah, you can tell the moon's in Capricorn right now, because we're like,
Go, baby, go.
that's so funny.
And the moon in Capricorns also, you may be catching a lot of people saying no. No, do it yourself. No.
I am
Don't feel
very
bad.
grateful for a peaceful home, and I'm very grateful for a wonderful friend.
Too.
And if you got to go through tough stuff, nothing like a friend stick with you through the tough stuff. I still want to play Capture the Flag.
What is that?
Okay. There's a flag that you put like on the roof of the house or up in a tree or something, and there's two teams. You split them outside, and they're each trying to defend their territory, but they're both trying to go into the center to get the flag.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So whoever captures the flag first and brings it back to their side wins. And last time I did it, the dogs were chasing us. The children had a blast, though. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's a cool
If it
game.
involved getting in climbing a tree, I'm out.
Oh,
I'm out.
John, I'm a sucker for Capricorns, not in the way of like romance, in more of the way of I understand your plight far more than the other signs. So I do love Capricorns quite a bit. I have Capricorns over the 4th, so I'm the whole, no, don't go to work. You need to rest today. Or here's your homemade free lunch with your favorite soda pop. And, just because Capricorns, they have extra tasks that the other signs don't have in the way of family karma. Really strong Capricorn placements, like you say, that you have Venus in Capricorn, Mercury and Venus in Capricorn. If you were excellent at work with those tools, that's not where they're supposed to go. I mean, you could be excellent, sure. That would be, according to me, and don't take offense, that would be if you were wonderful with those tools at work or doing your work. Great job, mediocre. But those tools are meant for your family line, your ancestral line. I don't know why it is the way that it is, but it's sort of like you guys get an extra burden of saying you got to clean up the family too. And sometimes that's really hard because family members don't want to talk with one another. They're not willing to sit with one another. They don't know how to laugh. They're isolated or they're overbearing and they could be very dominant and controlling. And Capricorn energy often says, go home. Go home. It's really hard because Capricorn's like, why am I always putting up with my siblings? Why do I always have to deal with divisions? You have Venus in Capricorn, so it speaks about something with the women in the ancestral line. And that might be why your 6th house is heavy, is service.
I'm 6th house heavy too. I'm a Virgo sun and it's at the very tail end of my 5th house, but I have Juno, Jupiter, Saturn, Lilith, and Karma all in my 6th house.
Capricorns.
So, yeah, Virgo.
That's me
6.
right there.
I've never really had a lot of Capricorns in my life. But
I attract them.
I'm a Cap MC, 11-degree
show
Cap
up.
MC.
And I'm like, here's a cookie. Oh, you're a Capricorn. Let me read a little more for you. Okay.
But I'm a 5th houser by heart. I'm a 5th house sun, Mercury and Leo at 28, North Node, Leo, 5th house, 20 degrees. My Vesta is in Leo.
Oh, you want me to check real quick? I can check. All right, shuffle your cards. I'll check because Shaw just sent us a little Christmas something, and that means a lot to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Shaw. I appreciate that,
It's
dear.
just that time of year, and we've been working basically for free behind the scenes to set the foundation correct.
Per month.
Yeah, and it's a lot of stuff to learn.
Yeah, we're trying to work with some different software because we want to be able to stream here and on TikTok and several other places at once, and so we can continue to spread our reach.
And to set it up right, because last time I was always running and chasing things down, and this time I don't have the energy.
Yeah,
to do that, and that's okay. It's like you find the workarounds.
Very much so. All right, so I'm going to lay out some cards here.
Yeah. For the collective reading.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like, John, I don't know what it is with me. It's a little too spastic on TikTok for me. I do have a TikTok page. So we have a TikTok page, Woke.Ones.Revolution. You're welcome to go ahead and join it, follow it, whatever. But yeah, we're going to be connecting up over there. I just struggle. I don't know the rules. I've never gone live on TikTok. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it seems like it's a lot of scrolling. Uh, for me, just to navigate it, I don't have ADD that bad to where I'm like, doom, 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 new thing, new thing, new thing. There you
Sean
go.
Roberts, that's the link to the PayPal. And no, I'm not seeing it quite yet.
Oh yeah, yeah. She said there was a lot of Miriam's, fingers crossed.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
put Point Your Compass with Miriam Kramer.
Mm.
I hope you can catch that. There's a Miriam out there going, "Oh my God, it's a Christmas miracle."
Yeah, I hope you can catch it too. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna lay the cards. Christmas miracles and all.
I made Miriam listen to my favorite Christmas song last night.
I
Growing
did.
up, I growing up, Christmas was like really big for me and my family. My mom, although she passed when I was 14, she literally was so magical. She made every holiday so magical, and Christmas was hers. And she loved the Judds Christmas album. And so my sisters and I very much love the Judds. I had the chance to take one of my sisters to see Winona Judd, and it was just a Christmas thing at one of the local venues near home. And it was just a Christmas thing, probably about 2016 or something like that. But oh, holy night, the Judd's Christmas is so beautiful. I just kind of tap that energy there.
Or December 2025 for the collective. We do channel. So, oh, there you are. We do channel as well. So if Heather and I channel, it happens. It happens.
All the talks about margaritas and sherry. I might be buzzed by the time I leave this
Dude.
conversation.
I'd be sitting there with you because I cannot ever get up from a puzzle. It'll lock me in. It'll suck me in for 3 days to 2 weeks. I'll just sit there.
I really enjoyed playing Yahtzee on Thanksgiving. Yahtzee.
Yahtzee. Holy moly, we played Yahtzee at Thanksgiving, her and I. We were practicing playing Yahtzee using our energy.
I'll
Let
tell
me
you
tell
what,
you.
she's like, what song pumps you up? And so I told her, and she played it, and I threw a Yahtzee, and she's like, what? So she's like, let me find this song. Let me find this song. She puts on her song. She puts on her
This
song
is
that she
great.
wants to hear. And wouldn't you know it, this bitch turned around and rolled a Yahtzee and 2 rolls. I was like, what?
Yes.
High
I was
five.
shaking and I was like zoning. And I've 1, 2, 3, 4 ones, just ones.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
didn't even look. I just looked at her. I
Yeah.
dropped it. Fifth one.
The
And I did
moment she
that with the
played.
ones twice in a row using my energy. It was freaky crazy, man.
She's like, Heather, we need to go do some stuff and make money.
I was like, dude, we need to go to Vegas,
Yeah,
man.
we need to go.
And she was like, we're not going to Vegas.
No.
I was like, all right, mom.
Well, for me in Vegas, I've been 3 times. My best girlfriend, rest her soul, she was from there, and so I got to go visit her 3 times. And every single trip, I felt like at the end of National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation, when they're in there and Clark's lost all the money and they're in the Keno section, right? They're just chilling in there, and that old man, they're looking along the floor for anything, Like, is there,
All right, cards. Let's do it.
cards.
Cards. Summer 2025, please, for the Divine Collective. Show me December 2025. Please.
I just saw silver hair and it was like fresh out of curlers, those pink foam curlers, like somebody's grandma that's passed, like presented themselves to me. Oh,
That's pretty cool.
she smells like lilac.
Mm.
It's weird.
I'm kind of catching that the Divine Collective is getting an upgrade. Yeah. And that some folks are going to be receiving the gift of telepathy. The third eye is going to open, which is strange because 3-Eye Atlas is really close right now to Earth. Dreams. Picking out information from dreams. Oh, my heart chakra just got really light.
Now through Christmas. Mine is really light. I've got grandma vibes big time, like somebody just lost a grandma. Their energy is like really fresh on the other side. And she's just smiling.
Mm,
And I just got a puppy. I smelled puppy breath.
that's
Somebody's
terrible.
getting a puppy. No, it was cute. It was because the puppy jumped up on me like this and was breathing in my face.
Breathing.
And somebody's getting a puppy for Christmas or just got one just recently this past couple days.
They're saying give generously, but it's in ways, it's like finding ways to compete with one another, like a game on who can give the most generous help, assistance. They're talking about choosing gifts mindfully, representing who you are with light during a season of light makes sense. Is what they're saying. The folks that have needs. Oh, they're also sort of saying, like Heather was talking about repurposing a tree, to repurpose some of those things that you would have a garage sale with or secondhand things and bring them to those locations that are giving to families this year because they're needed. Clean out your closets and give that stuff as, yeah. Yeah, it feels like a lazy day on the ocean, even though the dogs are freaking out there.
I hear them.
Sometimes a gift of like a family experience, because they're showing me like a family going whitewater rafting, river rafting. And sometimes the agreement for the whole family to pitch in together means that everyone can go. And that's a beautiful Christmas with, drinks, cocktails, and food, and call it Merry Christmas. Oh, there's going to be a lot of travel stuff. The airports and everything. So prepare for that. It's going to be a lot of travel hangups, flights that get canceled last minute.
Yeah, I got the moon card with the Gemini, the lover's card right underneath it.
Yeah.
And when you said that, it's like uncertainty. So it could be uncertainty. Gemini is always a travel card to me. I know that it's not to everybody, but
plans that flip
or the
back and
lover's
forth.
card.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Flights to Hawaii may be suspended for a minute or two. There's instability in the region, but it's on the West Coast. If you're on the West Coast and you're going inland, good. Good.
Well, Neptune is squaring Jupiter and Cancer. And that definitely, I mean, I've said it before, big water vibes. So big snowfall, big, some of you guys may be snowed in and bored.
They're showing that across the board, all people are going to see businesses that come out into the Christmas spirit, and they're kind of going above and beyond into their communities for Christmas. So there might be a lot of news, happy news, where a lot like Hershey's factory in Pennsylvania may give many Christmas donations through their chocolate. A beer, corporation like Budweiser or something, Merry Christmas. But there's going to be gifts that are given through businesses to the divine collective as a whole. You're going to see a lot of that happy joy come out, which will be stranger than other years. That's what they're saying.
Ooh. I just heard we've got to talk.
Gotta talk. What'd I do?
I just heard we've got to talk. And it's a happy talk. Somebody's being sneaky about a surprise.
A baby.
Yep, look.
It's a baby.
It's
I
a baby.
saw her.
Yeah, it's a baby. Somebody is nervous. Somebody's nervous. Oh, I have goosebumps all over. It's a baby. Somebody's nervous
Baby girl.
about this decision on how they're going to do this reveal. But it has to do with I got the moon card and the lover's card right there. The empress card was the underside of the deck. It's going to come in like a message. I've got the Ace of Wands.
Yeah.
Then the Hierophant popped up big, loud, and proud with a Tower card underneath it. So there's your Tower moment. I mean, Hierophant, I was seeing the tradition and stuff, but it's also very Taurus, right? Things we value. Things we value, and the Tower card there, the suddenness of this message is going to be like, whoa. Somebody might make some inappropriate stabs at you're too young. Yeah, they're too young. How are they going to afford it?
It's too late.
That kind of vibe. Well, it's too
She's
late
here.
there, bucko. So yeah, somebody's having a baby, and they're going to be delivering that news. If you're delivering that,
I see a boy.
Congratulations, and fuck whoever's giving you a hard time.
Actually, the ones I'm picking up, and you may be on a different something, but I am picking up a breaking of tradition of family values, where it's kind of strange because it's like the older adults may have their opinions, right? But the siblings and the cousins, they're not going to play the game that was played before. And they come together to say, you know what, we're just going to build our own community and surround this loved one who is pregnant and be the support that this person needs. And it is a turning of like tradition in a sense. Not to say that grandparents aren't invited or anything, but the main support will come from siblings, cousins, second cousins, friends, best friends.
Community. Yeah.
And just say, screw all this other crap. We just need to start fresh and do it our own way. and then nobody can interfere with it because it's ours. And you know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe they're right.
Wow.
Didn't the Bible say, you know, the children will lead the way? Let
Wow.
them.
Oh, wow. All right, show me this Two of Swords.
Oh, I am picking up that snowstorm. It's like a blizzard snowstorm. Trucks having an issue. Just massive snowstorm. And it's in the northern part of the United States, but it crosses over into from like I'm seeing like Wyoming, Montana, you know, but once it
Oh,
hits Illinois, that's where things get trickier. It's like a
oh,
see
goodness.
it.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's gonna be, with the holiday season, there definitely you're gonna want to have to be flexible because you may have to prolong something. Let's see here.
There's a lot of truckers on the road and they're far away from home during the holiday. Weather stops, weather hangups. There's also something about more loads, more trucker loads than usual, more than likely because the tariffs opened up with China. But I just see a lot of them, you know, men and women on the road and far from home and their families, but more cargo than usual over the next 2 months, is what they're saying. They're going to regulate something, and not in the sense of like a piece of paper regulation. It's more like getting things back into a groove.
I'm getting more delayed packages, like main gifts being late, not
Ooh,
delivered on time.
Amazon just what the F with Amazon, man?
I know, I just got hit with packages and it wasn't like
You said
it was like
packages, Amazon came in, it was just ugly.
I saw somebody sitting outside, like, checking their mail and like, "Oh, what the fuck am I gonna do now? My present's not here and everything's closed." Okay.
It feels very much so like an inappropriate overcharge from like Amazon overcharging for something. And it's a very large sum. It may be large enough, like they're saying bankruptcy probably by they're showing me August through November of 26, but the it's like they're saying the little snowball that creates the avalanche is starting now. So if you have stocks or anything in Amazon, you might want to keep a closer eye on that throughout the year.
It was so weird because you were talking about price or whatever increase. Like I was sitting here and I just got shown a carton of eggs. They were wide open. I could see the eggs and they were the multicolor eggs. But then I was like, why are you showing me eggs? I was like, you mean like deviled eggs for Christmas? And I thought, well, maybe could be. But then when you just said that, like it reminded me of like was it last year or the year before where eggs were like astronomical in
Yeah.
price? That's what I got flashed right when you were talking about that. I was
They just
seeing
showed
eggs.
me President John Adams. And there could be something similar during that time frame. But please understand this, you guys. Heather has Scorpio over her 8th house. So girl can go deep, deep, dark. She can also go so high into the light, you know, she's like freaking unicorn. Hers will more than likely include things that are more strongly connected to Scorpio energy because that's over her 8th. I have Taurus over my 8th. So I'm very connected to things like the stock market, the earth, infrastructure would go with that. roads that Capricorn has built. Thank you very much. Yeah, because I'm kind of picking up that like trains are going to come back into fashion in some sense of delivering cargo, shipping lanes being disrupted and all. So if again with the stocks, watching the growth of, it's almost very cool because it's an upgrade of some sort in the transportation area. Again with the transportation.
So
But trains are
transportation.
making a comeback.
Okay, I just heard a car door slam shut, and then I saw younger girls. They were two younger girls, and they were like outside, and it was like in a mall parking lot, and like their car got broken into. Okay, so that's just when I see things like that. It doesn't necessarily mean that's going to exactly happen to you, but that's warning to say.
Check
Okay,
your
so
stuff.
there's two warnings in that. Okay. Don't leave belongings out where people can see it, even if you don't really have anything like, oh, I'm just going to run into the gas station. Oh, I'm going to do this. Lock your vehicle and be mindful, because the door shutting alerted me to, one, they left the car unlocked. Two, somebody had just done it when they got appeared to me, showing me a vulnerability of like the girls sitting there sucking on their Starbucks, walking to their car, and I saw like a fuzzy jacket, a fuzzy coat, and with the hood, and just chit chatting and not paying attention. Be careful, because this time of year, there's people looking for people that are not paying attention.
Situational awareness.
Steal from, to take. You don't want to be taken or have your, you know what I mean? Like, pay attention.
Yeah.
Don't keep your face in your phone. So I got those two quick things about transportation, and then somebody's car getting broken into. And
My
then
dad used to say, don't give them a reason, sis.
Yeah.
Don't give them a reason.
Yeah.
Situational awareness. Keep your head up. It's just, desperate people do desperate things. And it is that time of year, and a lot of people are without work.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to say this too, because and then it just reminded me, I have a acquaintance, an old friend from back home, that I went to middle school with, or is on my Facebook friends or whatnot. He posted this morning that he was at a local venue that does a lot of live music shows, and while he was there, some tweaker came and stole his catalytic converter out of his car while it was parked. I mean, loaded event, people are there. Somebody out in the parking lot was able to do that kind of stuff. So just be aware of your surroundings. Don't just because something's familiar doesn't mean it's safe, is something else I'm getting.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm damn talk.
Yeah, there is more of a, what was I picking up? It had to do with the joining together, seasonal trips, smaller gifts, a time of trouble in between the Christmas holiday and the New Year. Well, it does have to do with another economic turn that people were not expecting. It feels like several of the governments are going to throw a twist at the last minute before the turning of the new year and the beginning of the second business quarter of the year. It was in the works, whatever this is. It does feel economically aligned. They wanted to kind of finish out the first quarter of 25 in a certain way at a certain dip. Their plan is to kick it on, flip the lights, at the second quarter of the year with certain, as this feels like Social Security payments, it feels like disability payments, veteran disability payments. They're anticipating that the new role of things will be like if they flip the lights on in January, it'll take like Pluto, when Pluto goes retrograde in its stations, and it can take a few weeks before it's chugga 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 choo choo. I swear to God, trains are making a comeback, dude. That's nice. Oh, you're gonna see some flare-ups with some union groups that are gathering, and they're going to be tapping on doors. I also see a lot of union groups heading to Washington to do their marches as a union group. It gives off that having, we're all, I don't want to use the word caste or the caste system because it has to do with the trade, the skills, but it was something of an honor to be in a trade skill in the 1500s, in the 1400s. A guild. There we go. That's the
Yeah,
word.
that's the word, the
A
guild.
guild.
Yeah.
A guild. There's a desperate need for apprentices in a lot of these fields, and more of a capability of creativity, especially in a guild. However, when union workers are not supported or represented correctly by the ties they have with their rights with certain governments. Oh, they just showed me Venezuela. They just swung me. Look
Yeah,
over here.
it's active right now.
Touchy, touchy. Touchy, touchy, touchy. Watch the southern border of Venezuela is what they said. Watch the western. No, it's the southwestern and the eastern front. Keep your eye on that borderline because a surprise is waiting. And we as a people or as a government know it. They're aware. There is an anticipated pop off, which is also a tool to stir up the economy in a way. They're looking at it from a very broad perspective and a new try in this area. Oh, the twist is going to come when Uranus heads back into Gemini. It's going to flip. So expect changes around that. You think you're going one way? Nope. Got to go that way. And then they just showed me Russia. Man, they're itchy, aren't they? They want to get in it. They're watching other governments and how their strategies are. It's almost like a Scorpio who's just been sitting back and watching. I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. That has to do with momentum and moving their peoples forward. Why Scorpio got to take it all the way? I'm catching that. I'm going to stop there to let you talk before I dig into Scorpio.
No, it's okay. I was getting shown some pretty scorpionic shit myself. A couple things that I have coming forth with the way that the cards rolled out. We have so many is what I hear. So many people
Really?
are facing the first a holiday season like they've never experienced in their entire life, and it's out of loss of a relationship, um Okay, so some of you had losses of relationship, and this is your first, first go round without that party. Others of you, and I got the grandma again, showing me like losing a matriarch or in a family. I say a matriarch, but it could be either or, since obviously I'm getting just loss. This is the first one without somebody, without them. I'm also getting the dynamic here of I got the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups talking about the Ace of Pentacles in reverse and the Ten of Swords in reverse on the back end. They're very well, like, cordial is what and that was a weird way for you to show it to me. I just got it shown like those cordial, those cherries, the chocolate cherries. I got it shown a box of them and the word cordial. So this very well could be needing to be cordial with somebody that you're separated from, maybe a divorce, for the kids and the family. Keep things cordial is what I'm hearing. There's a blame game that's wanting to happen within the feminine energy, emotionally here. The feminine energy is wanting to do the blaming, and if this and having a negative thing, if you're in that mindset, please pull yourself out. If anything, I mean, that's something you got to look at within yourself too, is how you're handling it. But you definitely don't want to project that onto, and I keep seeing kids, you don't want to project those negative influences about your kid's other parent, period. That was loud and clear right here. Somebody feels stolen from, and I know I already talked about the car thing, but somebody feels like they were stolen from. And if this is because you lost somebody to tragedy, yeah, I would feel that way too. Please surround yourself with people that love you and loved that person and cherish their memory. Sorry, I don't really have a lot. Like, I'm getting thrown so many different stories, I can't keep track to throw what meaning is, and I don't want to get redundant on it. But there was a lot of breaks this year. There was a lot of towers that crumbled and fell. Yeah, there might be some new ones, but I think the new ones are more exciting and full of better news. If you are flexible, if you are flexible, let me see here. Change time to go. Okay. I got a couple of oracle cards that I pulled, so I'm just going to check them out real quick here. The first one that came out I got was higher power. I don't know if you can see that, but it's an image of a woman.
Get one.
Card number 4. Card number 4. I don't think higher power needs any reading on it. I also got time to go. Card number 45, which is a 9. We're wrapping up a 9-year right now as a country. And I also got a change in the wind, and then I saw the baby news. So the 3 at number 12, a change.
A baby goat.
Change in the wind.
I love goats.
Okay. So I want to look at this time to go one. Somebody's holding on too tight. Too tight. Too tight is what I'm getting here. So endings, completion, walking away from something because there's nothing else to learn or experience. And now I'm getting shown back to my cards. Let me just say this. Because I'm really getting shown the dynamic of somebody being totally fed up that their spouse does not go to any family events. Totally fed up. To the point to where if you're the one that doesn't go because you're too tired, Somebody might be sick too and not be able to go. That's not who I'm talking about, because I saw that in the cards too. But if you're the person that always is like, no, I'd rather just stay home or whatever, if you don't want to lose the person you're with this year, you better show up. That's a message I got pretty hardcore. That Queen of Cups in reverse was freaking adamant.
Because you would have had a history of turning down holidays, attendance, whatever.
Important events, and then I see somebody missing their kid's event because of work. And they're like always saying, oh, well, I have to work. Oh, I have this, and it's really devaluing your role in the relationship, because the magic of the holidays is for one to is the fulfillment that you get within of being able
Holidays
to make
are a
your loved
bonding
ones
tool.
smile. Yeah, to make your
It's a
loved ones
bonding
smile,
tool.
to have that. And so by cutting that out, you may just think, oh, I don't like their family, or I don't want this or that. You're doing it way too much, and it's in way too many areas of life that this will be the last straw. So go. Okay. Sorry, I know that was a lot. I was trying to read
No,
time to go.
it's a good one because I had to learn that. And it took me 10 years to learn the value of holidays and what they do. I learned it.
Okay, so endings, completions, walking away from something that there's nothing else to learn or experience. The oracle message in this one is pretty clear. I'm trying to see if there's any.
I was getting responsibilities. New responsibilities will be handed out. There's a changeover. The old guard is retiring in some way. And they're showing me this is happening like at work. And so they're looking at the next generation, like the company as a whole is looking at the next generation that's coming in. This is going to be happening kind of across the board. We can anticipate some sort of, it's like a give and take, right? Where a bill or an allowance of some kind is going to, it's like a benefit that the government may give these companies a lower rate or a discount on taxes,
Right
or
up.
some sort of thing to kind of clear the, it's not necessarily clear the books, but it does have to do with finances, maybe Social Security or Medicare. But it's almost like they're trying to save money or be able, it's like taking money and, an accounting ledger, and you take it from one column and you sift it over to the other, because that's what I'm seeing, to bring in a fresh new generation, and to also be given added bonus for doing the deed. Now, these may be like deals that are done behind the scenes. You will know whether you're affected by this because the offer may come out the first or second week of January, where people you work with or you listen to your kids or something, and they receive a letter or an email. It says company-wide something. And it's encouraging those to retire, or it's giving an extra bonus on top of for the retirement. But it is about bringing in fresh energy. They're not lying about that.
That's a change in the wind card too. That lines right up with that.
Yeah.
Unforeseen change has been initiated, preparation for the storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which directions the wind will blow.
Mm-hmm.
It's there was a message in here that I wanted to touch on.
They want to invest like in the next generation, so they catch a longer get more out of their investments.
Don't fight it. The protection message was there are conditions brewing in your life right now that you do not have control over. Don't fight them. Change is inevitable and for the best and for the higher good. Even if the storm blows away old structures that you think that you've built your dreams on, all will turn out as it should. You'll have renewed clarity and strength to do something even better. Spirit is your ally. And I just got shown the North Node in Pisces.
There's going to be a uh-oh happening over in Google by the end of the first quarter. And I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Messenger go, oh, you remember that old from the like late early 2000s? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, because what I'm seeing is it's like a takedown in the sense of companies vying against one another, maybe around AI, but Google stepped in it way in the beginning and didn't correct something. There may either be a mass layoff again or a mass walking off the job. Google's higher tier may be involved in some scandalous, so scandalous.
We're gonna have to look at their chart tonight.
Google?
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling that like another company will gladly step in. Gladly. But there will be and it's kind of hard, right? Like you lose your reputation, or if a virus steps in and wipes out the majority of your servers or something. But yeah, they're getting it's a new fresh energy. I just got shown that Starlink satellite that busted, poor Elon Musk having a bad day, and I just saw the thing falling down to the earth. Ooh, that's not the only one that's going to be falling. Satellites are going to drop. I'm seeing them drop. So
I think you're
watch your head.
think you're going a few degrees ahead in Pluto. Yeah. With Pluto. For a little further into the Pluto and Aquarius thing. Well, I mean, and a lot of the airplane tragedies that have happened this year alone. Like I'm from Wichita, Kansas, and that very first plane crash this year, where that chopper in was it New York hit that plane that was flying in from Wichita, trying to land. That like I got shown that, and like the Pluto Aquarius and things falling out of the sky. There's going to be, I mean, that's still future, but we're going to start seeing something you said earlier that I liked. It was like it's almost like a precursor to what's to come, like a precursor of what's to come in the airline industries. There's going to, in the future, there's going to be less and less flights for public.
Fashion is about to change. You're going to start seeing some weird stuff. No, it's not Halloween, is what somebody said. So you're going to start seeing weird stuff. Yes, this next first quarter, I think I agree with you very much so. We're going to start seeing Pluto and Aquarius coming out. That weird stuff.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time to talk about all that, because next year is going to be insane on all the transits that are happening. Crazy. But that's like all the messages I have.
Well, I can stop because we're almost at 2 hours, and we want to thank you guys for watching the channel. Feel free to join the Patreon channel. That link is down below this video. And we're starving in Texas, so please consider Merry Christmas gifts to Heather and I for all the work that we do. We do also have new software. It's happening to us here as well. All the old stuff that we've used for years is all getting shed for this brand new thing. And so we're learning it. And please be patient with us as we practice. But don't worry, the more
Right.
you do something, usually like it gets better.
Yeah, yeah, and, definitely appreciate each and every one of you. Love you all, and thank you for all your support. I
Thank
know
you.
for all you people that were so curious clear to the back end. Hi, all of you that joined.
Mhm.
Asking tarot questions, that's not what we're here for today. We were
Tomorrow.
kinda doing a collective
We're doing that
reading.
tomorrow.
Watch the video afterwards, and please keep sharing our stuff. We really want to spread our reach as far as we can and keep building on this community. So we love you guys.
Have a happy holiday season if you don't see us again,
Yeah,
but we will
yeah,
be around for the
yeah,
holiday season. Um,
we will.
be safe, please.
Yeah,
I'll be coming for you. We love you guys.
love you guys.